want to invite you to begin your very in-home acupressure treatment for irregularity menstrual cycle. Hi, my name is Kyla Plaxton and I have been symptom-free with my period, and it just flowed really naturally for over 17 years. And I want to share this wisdom with you, and I'm going to show you how to use acupressure to help with your period symptoms so that you can have some similar results. Now, one word of warning before we begin is that this is a very powerful session and it's meant to get your period moving and flowing. And so if you're pregnant, this is not a good combination for you, and I highly recommend that you do not use it and consult a professional practitioner or reach out to me if you have any questions about that at all, okay? Now, I really want to just have you find a really quiet space and close your eyes and take a nice deep breath. This is going to be a self-acupressure session. So you really want to come from a nice, centered, and calm place while you're doing it. Take a couple of nice deep breaths here, deep into your belly, and exhaling all that tension. Notice just the different parts of your body. Notice your feet and your ankles. Give some attention. Say hello to your calves and your shins, and then your upper legs and your pelvis area and your torso, and then the upper chest regions and your back and your shoulders and your arms and your neck and your head, your skull, the back of your head, the front of your face, just noticing all of the little nuances of this temple that you currently live in. Good, and as we move forward, you may pause to review points. You can look at the video, but come back to your center point. Come back to this place and being present with yourself. Okay, so the very first acupressure point that we're gonna do is called spleen 4. And this one you're gonna find on the inside of the bridge of the foot. So if you feel the inside of the bridge, there's a nice long bone there, and you're gonna push on the inside of it that's close to your ankle. And then you're gonna push on both sides of the feet, so make sure you find both sides, and then push right up and in toward the top of your foot, quite firmly. You want it to be a little bit, how shall we say this, shocking? Because think of it like kick-starting the energy, getting it moving. So you want a little bit of a spark there for it. And just hold it. When you find it, hold it nice and still but firm. You can massage a little bit. My technique is to hold it deep and firmly, and as we're still, you can be the support and the still space for the energetics to move. Okay, I'm gonna invite you to take a nice deep breath here. And exhaling. Good, and just notice if you're noticing anything, and if you're not, that's totally okay too. And then just invite you to take another nice deep breath. Good, and exhale. And I'm gonna invite you to take one more with me here. Okay, and you might already feel some movement, some rushing here. I know I can. I always feel a little twinge in my ovaries. Okay, now you're gonna come to the next point, which is spleen 6. And how you're gonna find that point is from the inside of the ankle bone, and you're gonna measure 4 fingers stacked together up the ankle toward the knee. And on that 4th finger, which would be your pinky, you can push in there just to locate it, and then move I'm using my thumb for these acupressure points. I'm gonna invite you to use your thumb because I can get a nice firm grip on myself this way, okay? So how you're gonna push is in and up into the bone and toward the front of the leg. And again, like spleen 4, with spleen 6, you're gonna push it quite hard, so it's a little bit shocking for yourself. If your fingers get a little bit tight or stuck, you can take some pressure off, and you can move to your middle finger or your pointer finger. Any finger works, so yeah. And then, okay, so now get your position here and then find your center again. Close your eyes and take in another nice deep breath here with me. And exhaling. And just notice your shoulders. Just letting them drop a little bit here. Good. If you're holding yourself up at all, just try and let go a little bit here. Taking another nice deep breath with me. Very good. And one more. Okay, awesome. Perfect. Okay, that's it for the bottom of the legs here. The next acupressure point we're gonna hold is called large intestine 4. And this one you're gonna find on the web between your thumb and your forefinger. When you push into it, you wanna push in toward your forefinger and into the web. So not quite at the diagonal, and a little bit towards your pointer finger. Again, kind of shocking. You can pick either
Our
side.
stomachs are communicating.
I'm using my right hand for my left side. So if you want to follow along that way, you can, or whichever side you're on is great. We're going to switch right after. Okay, again, find your center. Notice where you're holding anything. Have a nice, firm connection here. And take that deep breath. Beautiful. And inviting you to take in another second nice deep breath with me. And exhaling. And a third deep breath, and make sure you're really filling out your belly area as you inhale. And exhale. Good, and I'm gonna invite you, while your eyes are closed, gently switch sides here. So if you're with me, you can take your left hand on your right, so your left arm on your right hand. Locate this acupressure point up in the web, pushing into the web and slightly toward the base of the forefinger. Holding it, releasing any tension in the body. Just notice your center, get present, and take in our first nice deep breath here. And exhaling, good. And a second nice deep breath here. And exhaling, beautiful. And one more. Beautiful. Oh, speak of beyond, gets me so relaxed and sleepy. Okay, awesome. So what you've done here is you've really gotten the meat and potatoes of this session. and I want to finish it off with a nice center point. And this is for integration. It's very important that you use one center point at least at the end of each session so that your mind and your heart and your body can all integrate together from the work that you just did with moving all that energy. So the center point I chose for you right now is the third eye. So how you're gonna find it is right up between the eyebrows, about a finger up. This is a very common point. I'm sure you've heard of it many times. So any center points are very surface to the body. So you can just use a finger, or you can use a palm. Can feel a little bit like covery. You can use a couple fingers if you like. And a good rule of thumb for any acupressure point is that you can be within a quarter width and it will still work. Okay, so same applies here. And again, just noticing your center, taking another nice, long, slow, deep breath with me. Good, and one more. Beautiful. Great job. I would love to hear what you noticed during this session together, if you've noticed anything now after, if anything comes up for you later or tomorrow. And I highly recommend that you practice this every day. I would give it a good 7 days just to see what actually shifts. And if you want, you can find me on Instagram at Kyla.Plaxton and DM me to tell me kind of where you're at, what you're dealing with, and then you can check in with me 7 days later and tell me what shifted for you so that you can really see the difference that it's made and I can witness you. Now this really helps get your period moving, get that blood going so you can regulate your period and smooth it out. So if you're over bleeding, it'll help smooth it out that way. And if you're not bleeding, it'll help get it going. And but what about all those other symptoms? So I want to invite you to download this free resource, this free gift that I've made, and it's for the top 12 most common period and PMS symptoms and the acupressure points, the combinations for each of them. This is a PDF download, and if you want to reference each of the acupressure points to really find them, they're all online on YouTube here, so they're easy to find. If you like this video, please show your support by subscribing and sharing it with somebody else that could really benefit from this session. And I will see you next week. Thank you so much.